Yo, there is a parasite spreading across the United States right now, and health officials still don't know exactly what food is causing it. This illness is called cyclosporiasis, and it's caused by a microscopic parasite known as Cyclospora cayotinesis. As of July 9th, the CDC has received reports of 843 domestically acquired cases across 31 states, but those national numbers may not show the entire picture yet, because state health departments are reporting new cases faster than national surveillance data can be updated. Michigan has become one of the clearest examples of how quickly this situation is changing. At the beginning of July, Michigan officials reported more than 170 cases in just 9 days. Michigan normally identifies around 50 cases in an entire year. Then the numbers climbed dramatically. By July 8th, Michigan had reported 992 cases. Around 40 people had been hospitalized. And just across the state line, Northwest Ohio was reporting hundreds of additional cases. So, what exactly is Cyclospora? Cyclospora is a microscopic parasite that infects the human intestines. The infection it causes is known as cyclosporiasis, and its most recognizable symptom is prolonged watery diarrhea. The CDC says bowel movements can be frequent and explosive. People can also experience stomach cramps. Bloating is another common symptom. Some develop nausea, others lose their appetite. Fatigue can be severe, and because of the constant diarrhea, some patients can experience significant weight loss. Symptoms usually begin about 1 week after infection, but they can appear as early as 2 days or as late as 2 weeks after exposure. Imagine someone asking you exactly what you ate 10 days ago. Most of us probably couldn't remember every ingredient, but that's exactly the kind of information investigators need, because Cyclospora has historically been connected to contaminated fresh produce. Previous outbreaks have been linked to food like raspberries. Basil has also been connected to past outbreaks, and investigators have previously examined leafy greens and other fresh produce. The parasites spread when food or water becomes contaminated with fecal material containing cyclospora. That can potentially happen through contaminated irrigation water, and once contaminated, produce enters the food supply. Tracing it can become incredibly difficult. A single ingredient might appear in dozens of completely different meals. Think about something like cilantro. It could be inside a restaurant meal. It can be inside a salad. It could be used as a garnish, or it could be mixed into a sauce without the customer ever realizing it. Now imagine trying to connect hundreds of sick people to that one ingredient. That's one reason why cyclospora investigations can take months, and sometimes investigators can't pinpoint the source. Right now, the source of the major 2026 surge has not been confirmed. The FDA has also limited multiple cyclospora investigations involving products that have not yet been identified. That does not mean every case across America is part of one massive outbreak. In fact, the CDC has said it's unclear whether all of the reported outbreaks are connected. But health officials clearly know something unusual is happening in certain regions. Michigan is currently experiencing the largest cyclospora outbreak in its record history, and nationally, reported cases at this point in the year are substantially higher than the same period last year. There is another complication here, though. Cyclospora can be underreported. Some common food poisoning tests are not specifically designed to detect the parasite, which means somebody can experience the symptoms without ever being diagnosed with cyclosporiasis. Researchers also can't easily grow cyclospora in a laboratory. That makes studying contaminated food samples even more difficult. So investigators are trying to solve a puzzle with pieces arriving weeks apart. And while this sounds terrifying, health officials are not calling this a national health emergency. No deaths yet have been connected with the current surge, and cyclosporiasis is generally treatable, but untreated illnesses can sometimes last for weeks. Symptoms can even disappear and then return. So what can the average person actually do? Health officials recommend thoroughly washing fresh produce under running water, but washing may not completely eliminate cyclospora from contaminated food. Michigan health officials have recommended buying whole heads of lettuce instead of pre-washed bag lettuce or salad mixes while they investigate. They also recommend removing the outer leaves before washing the remaining lettuce. Cooking vegetables vegetables, when possible, can also reduce the risk of infection. And if diarrhea continues for several days, health officials recommend speaking with a medical provider, especially because Cyclospora may require special testing. Right now, hundreds of people have been diagnosed, and investigators are still searching for the common source. Somewhere in America's food supply, there may be one ingredient connecting many of these cases. The problem is, health officials still don't know what it is.
But I swear it's the way I'ma have to end it quick again. Stay another day, then again I won't blame. Playing like a game.